What's up everyone, Howler here, coach of your Delta Gligars. Today I'm bringing you the final regular season match for Season 3 of the UPBA. We're going up against our good buddy Sven, our part of our front office, and his Stockholm City Kinglers. We have not battled Sven in Generation 8 at all. The last time we played was Season 4 of the LET, and they're doing Season 9 right now, I think. So it's been a very, very long time. And that was the only time that we had played, and it was a very, very close win for me. So I'm hoping that we can repeat our success, and if we do, we will clinch a top 2 seed going into playoffs, and we will get a bye through to the quarterfinals. We will not only have to play 3 playoff games on our route to the championship instead of 4. If we lose this game, Sven will most likely pass us in the standings, and then we're going to need some help if we want to potentially earn one of the top 4 seeds and a bye to the second round of playoffs. So it's a pretty important game, but at the same time, we don't want to reveal too much in case we do end up battling in the playoffs, whether it be the second round or semifinals or championship or anything like that. So we don't want to give too much away. But I think I have a pretty cool team here, pretty hyper offensive, as is going to be the case more often than not with this team. This Reuniclus set is we've been bringing the memes all season, okay? This Reuniclus set is something else. We've got Mono Psychic, which is pretty good against his team. It's just Victini resisting, Celesteela resisting, and then Absol being immune. So if he brings Absol, then the Absol can come in for free on us every single time. But it's going to risk taking a Thunderwave paralysis, so we can potentially paralyze it on its way in, and then switch out into something else, whether it be Ninetales or Dracovish or something like that, and maybe it gets fully parried and doesn't get an attack off at all. We are Trick Iron Ball specifically for Celesteela. You might be looking at Excadrill this game and wondering, I see a Celesteela and a Rotom Wash. I don't. Runerigus is a pretty good wall to Excadrill as well. I'm not really sure why you're bringing Excadrill here. Well, if we trick an Iron Ball into Celesteela, one, it's going to make it super slow, so it basically it makes any Autotomized sets not nearly as good. And it's also going to get rid of its immunity to ground, so it's going to take Earthquake super effectively from Excadrill. So yeah, just we tried to throw a good mix in bulk to try to take hits from any variant of Victini a little easier. Yeah, so we're not 2-hit KO'd by Blue Flare, and we're not OHKO'd by V-Create unless it's Choice Banded. So, Excadrill, going to be Choice Scarf. We want to be clicking Earthquake against pretty much everything unless it's named Dragonite, but we are bringing our Hail Core, so if Dragonite shows up, then that makes our Hail matchup better. So yeah, we are just enough speed to outspeed Adamant Dragonite, because if it gets to +1 with a Dragon Dance, we can still outspeed it and hit it with a Rock Slide or an Iron Head, and then just throw Rapid Spin on there as the last move to get rid of rocks, because we are bringing 3 Mons weak to rocks, and none of them are heavy duty boots. Yeah, but his rockers aren't the best. Like, he's probably going to have rocks somewhere on the team, I would think, like whether it be Dugtrio or Runerigus, but it's not super easy for him to get them up, especially if my Hail Core is in or my Dracovish is in, so we'll see. If he gets them up, then he gets them up. But I think he loses quite a bit of offensive momentum if he wastes a turn to set up rocks, but we'll see. We'll see. So, Ninetales here, Icy Rock. Of course, we want as many turns of Hail as possible for our Arctozolt to take advantage of. We're just enough speed for the Victini. We can get some Dark Pulse damage off against it if it's not Choice Scarfed or anything. Freeze Dry for the Rotom Wash, Moonblast for Girder. So Girder is a big problem for this team. Of course, my two main offensive sweepers here are supposed to be Excadrill and the Arctozolt, and Girder hits both of them super effectively. It can take hits, recover damage back from Drain Punch, and it's generally not a fun mon to go up against. So we do have Moonblast for that thing. I don't really think I need to run Blizzard here, so I think Freeze Dry is good enough against things that are going to get hit by Ice-type moves, so yeah. Arctozolt Life Orb, we're running enough speed so that we outspeed, I think it was +1 Dragonite even in Hail. Yeah, because if Dragonite comes in and wants to set up a Dragon Dance, we can switch in our Ninetales. The Hail will break the multi-scale, and then we threaten it with a Freeze Dry, so it has to knock us out, and if it's Adamant, we go into our Arctozolt, and we're still faster with the Slush Rush. So it would have to be Jolly. It would have to be Jolly to outspeed, and if Ninetales is at full HP, Ninetales can take a +1 Jolly Dual Wing Beat from the Dragonite. So yeah, Bolt Beak and then triple Ice Stab. Icicle Spear is good in case a Dragonite still has multi-scale intact, and then like one hit from Icicle Spear would break a Yachi Berry if that was its item of choice. And then the second and third hits after would do the job. Freeze Dry is there for Rotom. It's doing marginally more to Rotom if it's built more physically defensive as opposed to specially defensive. If it's more specially defensive for some reason, then Bolt Beak's doing more, but we're just going to have to scout out its spread. And then we can go for Blizzard against Runerigus. Runerigus could take Icicle Spears from me if it's like max Fizz Def, but it doesn't like taking Blizzard, which I can go for with 100% accuracy if the Hail is up. On its weaker Spadef side, assuming that it's going to be built as max Fizz Def. I like bringing Rest Talk Dracovish, so I think this kit is a decent switch in to quite a few things. And Psychic Fang is a really good move here because its two best switch-ins to Fish's Rend are going to be a Moongus and Quillfish, and they both take super effective damage from Psychic Fangs. I would assume if either one of them shows up, it's probably going to be Rocky Helmet. Rotom Wash could also potentially be a switch-in to Dracovish, but if he wants, he can't do too much damage to me. If he wants to go for a Will-O-Wisp burn, I can rest off any damage and wake up with the Chesto Berry. And this is also going to be the default switch-in to the Girder if I have not yet tricked the Celesteela with my Reuniclus, because then I would get my Iron Ball potentially knocked off, and I don't want that. So yeah, this thing needs to come in on the Girder, and I can click Psychic Fangs against the Girder with decent confidence as well, because it's going to hit that thing super effectively. And then last but not least is the Galvantula, which hasn't really seen the field all that much this season. Yeah, so Sticky Webs, Suicide Lead, Set Webs. He's got Rotom Wash as the primary defogger. I don't think his hazard removal outside of... Well, Girder gets defogged too if he really wants to bring that. But yeah, those are the... And then Dragonite defog as well, but... yeah, so Sticky Webs are not going to be the easiest for him to get rid of. If he's bringing Rotom Wash in to defog them right away, then I can hit it with Energy Ball. I'm still faster, I can reset them. I didn't think I needed Bug Buzz. Bug Buzz doesn't hit anything besides Absol super effectively, and Absol's still going to be taking a big chunk from Thunder as it is, so... and I don't think Absol wants to stay in on a Suicide Lead Galvantula, so yeah. Sucker Punch is just there to... break a Dugtrio Sash if Sash Dugtrio is going to be his lead of choice. So, yeah, that's basically it. We will be back for the battle shortly. Hopefully we can get a dub. Hello guys, Howler here. We're here for our UPBA Week 10 against our buddy Sven. That's my Sven impression. Hope you guys liked it. So we're just trying to have some fun with this game. It's going to be a lot easier to pull off our strategy, I think, if the Girder is left on the bench. I honestly don't know how seriously Sven's taking this match, so I don't have a great idea of what he's going to try to bring. I know he brought Absol last week, so he could very well bring it again and make my Reuniclus's life annoying. So ready to write his team down. Okay. No Rotom Wash. The Tauros. The Tauros is going to be a problem. Not as much if we get webs. Diancie is very interesting. Actually, so Diancie's also a rocker. Good. That's important to note. Dugtrio, one of my least favorite Pokemon. I hate facing that thing because I always tend to draft ground-weak teams. I quite like this build from him. But there is no Girder, actually, which is very important to note. So I really like seeing that. Diancie could be a problem to whittle down. Especially if it's Trick Room. Trick Room Diancie puts in a lot of work here. I hope Diancie can't OHKO Excadrill with Earth Power. I don't know that calc, if I'm being honest. I invested my extra EVs into FizzDef, not Spadef, so that doesn't help. Anyways, good luck, have fun to Mr. Sventhoon in his very colorful outfit. Leads Celesteela against Galvantula. We take that. Don't see him wanting to stay in at all. I think this is a free sticky web. Unless he's like auto weakness policy, but even then I am Focus Sash. Some like loud noise outside that's making the clothes hangers in my room vibrate. I don't know if you can hear that at all. Dugtriel's is ground type. He didn't bring a Moongus either, so he really doesn't have a good switch into an electric move. Diancie's probably the... Oh, he did go straight into the Dugtrio. Cool with me. So I can Energy Ball this now. And I don't think he has Hazard Removal, so these are here to stay. Yeah. Yeah, there's no hazard removal. He goes for his own rocks. We'll see if he is Sash here. And if he is, I can... Alright, no Sash. Good. So we are modest. We are modest. Galvantula gets a kill. That's really good. There is nothing he can go into... Actually, Diancie's probably the best switch in, and I love getting damage off against Diancie. Absol Sucker Punch is going to be annoying, so we don't want to take too much chip. Quillfish could have Aqua Jet as well for Excadrill. So those are some priority moves to keep in mind for our fast offensive sweepers. In comes the Tauros. It's going to take a Sticky Web drop. So we outspeed this unless you are Scarfed. And I can go for a Thunder. We connect. Very nice. We're Modest Galvantula because I felt like it, damn it. And Fire Blast is going to bring us down to our Sash. No chance for a burn because you're presumably Sheer Force. I don't think you get any priority, so I can go for Energy Ball pretty safely. What was Fire Blast for? Oh, do I even have a 4 times weak on to fire? I don't even know. I think Energy Ball is pretty safe here. So we'll get rid of the Tauros. Very nice. I did not switch into that Pokemon. I'm glad to see it off the field. And now, question is, what does he want to go into? I still think the here's Diancie. So I think this could be... Now my dog's itching himself and making a lot of noise. So if this is weakness policy... If this is weakness policy Trick Room... Sheesh. If this is weakness policy Trick Room, the only Mon that would take a hit is Reuniclus, and I probably don't KO. This could be a misplay. It's really only a misplay if he is weakness policy. Which he is. I called it. Oh, but he didn't... okay. But he didn't Trick Room. Totally fine by me. I know this is a free Dracovish. Isn't it also a free Arctozolt? I don't even need Hail up to bring in Arctozolt right now and KO you with Bolt Beak. I don't think you're going to be outspeeding me. Then you go into Absol and you click Knock Off. I kind of want to go into Dracovish. But I have Sticky Web up, so I would still outspeed Absol anyway. I think honestly Dracovish or Arctozolt would have just swept from here, but it is what it is. I'm just gonna click Vicious Rend. Don't want to overpredict. Make sure I get rid of the threat that's in front of me. And he's just going to let me knock this thing out. Cool. So he doesn't know what item I am. I think he kind of has to go into Quillfish. And I think I'm fine just Psychic Fang, going for Psychic Fangs against the Quillfish. Might have to be careful of Toxic Spikes because I don't have any way to get rid of those, and then Rocks plus Toxic Spikes would be piling up very fast. Honestly though, Reuniclus isn't really that good for me right now, with the Absol still around. So I could just switch out into Reuniclus and then not care what he does after that. Go for Thunder Wave. There's the Quillfish. Sticky Webs, and then he's going to have Intimidate. No, he's not Intimidate. What? Poison Point? The fact that I have no idea what this is going to be. I don't really want to take damage and put myself in range for... But I'm Resto Chesto as well. Screw it, Psychic Fangs. Definitely a 2-hit KO. Poison Jab. Does a... Oh, Life Orb, wow. So I think Rest is definitely the best play. Just to heal that back. Another Poison Jab. You could get a poison here, which would suck, but it is what it is. Okay, so he's got one more Life Orb hit left. If I switch this out and back in, then I'll take rocks. So I think it's just better to stay in. Vicious Rend, because if Absol wants to come in for whatever reason. And I should not be in Sucker Punch range. I am very HP invested in this, so I don't think Sucker Punch can kill me. And I don't think I Oko Celesteela. I don't think I Oko Celesteela with Vicious Rend because I'm not super offensive Dracovish. I only have 52 EVs in Absol's base 70 speed? Yeah, no, not quite enough to kill me. If he's the crit set, then he probably would have killed me with a crit. Oh, but I don't kill because he moves first. Okay. I could go for Rest here, though. Yeah, that's the best play. Because if I go for Rest, then Sucker Punch fails. But you didn't go for Sucker Punch there. Good play. Well done, Sven. But I have no item. Play rough. Oh, okay. So if you have Play Rough, then that's a good play. Sleep Talk. If I roll Vicious Rend on Sleep Talk, then I killed this thing. And actually, is Sleep Talk? Sleep Talk is a status move, I think. So Sucker Punch would fail. Pretty sure Sucker Punch would... Yeah, Sucker Punch would fail if he goes for it here. But I have to roll Vicious Rend, because Psychic Fangs, of course, he's immune to it. Ah, there we go. Well done, Dracovish. Rest Sleep Talk is so underrated. I love it. 3 kills for Dracovish. Celesteela is the last Pokemon. Okay, so if this is Autonomized Celesteela, I don't see a reason to switch out if this is Autonomized Celesteela. Actually, I do. Because I don't want to let him get to +4. So I'm going to go into Reuniclus. And see what he wants. There we go. So, if we trick him the Iron Ball, we trick the Iron Ball and it'll be really slow. And it'll be weak to Earthquake. Heavy Slam, this is probably going to be a 2-hit KO. Just barely a 2-hit KO, but we will get the trick off. Awesome. Oh, Metronome. We took Metronome from him. That's funny. Okay, and now I'm going to go for Thunder Wave. So I don't know how Autotomize works, because if he makes himself lighter every time he clicks Autotomize. Okay, yeah, I think he's cutting his Heavy Slam damage output. So I don't want to give him a Beast Boost. Well, I think that's kind of inevitable at this point. If he goes for Earthquake, he might kill Excadrill. I can go into Ninetales and click Veil, I guess. If he Heavy Slams here, I should be able to go into Arctozolt and go for a Bolt Beak. Okay. Gets a Beast Boost in attack. There's no way that he's basically he's +3 speed, and then with the Iron Ball, so he's or +4, yeah, or ×3 speed. +4 speed is ×3. Unless this is Wakan Berry, which I don't think is going to be a thing, then this is dead. Nice. So the Reuniclus works out very, very nicely. I'm not sure if my plays around the Celesteela in the endgame were necessary. But like if he gets the Autotomize off and I don't get good Sleep Talk rolls, then maybe the sweep could be a thing. Like if he gets to be super, super fast, and especially because he was Metronome, if he keeps going for Heavy Slams to knock out my Dracovish that was on the field at the time, and then he gets a Beast Boost, and Reuniclus comes in to try to paralyze it or trick at the Iron Ball, but it's now powerful enough to KO Reuniclus with the +1 attack and the Metronome stacking. So I do think that was probably the best thing I could have done, or I could have just gone, like if I had gone straight into Ninetales, then I most likely would have been faster. I don't know how much speed he has actually, because Celesteela is naturally faster than Arctozolt, so he probably would have had enough speed to outspeed me even in the hail, to be honest. So I would have needed some sort of speed control to beat Celesteela with Arctozolt. Yeah, and then of course Excadrill doesn't do anything to it until it's holding the Iron Ball. So I think going into Reuniclus there right away was the best thing I could have done. Anyways, GG Sven. Differential doesn't matter, although it was a 4-0 win. We should be finishing second in the regular season, so we'll definitely have a bye through to the quarterfinals of the UPBA playoffs. It's possible we could see Sven again, maybe even in quarterfinals. If we saw Sven again, honestly, I would be really happy because either of us being in semifinals, I think, is a W. So, yeah, GG Stan once again. Go check out his channel. Wish him luck in his first round playoff match. I actually didn't even comment at all in this video about what happened to the Week 9 game. I was unaware at the time of recording the Week 8 game that my Week 9 opponent had been removed from the league, so I just got a 3-0 forfeit win for that game. So yeah, that's what was going on with that. So our final record is 8-2, second place in the league for sure. Yeah, that's all you need to know. So we'll see you back in 2 weeks for the first UPBA playoff game. Hype!